Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's take a look on the euro currency. So you can see market that our warnings were not in vain recently. As we said, that market has formed bearish grabber, and actually we haven't got the Polish context and any real reason to buy euro yesterday. We warned you that it would be better to not take any long position except maybe on the intraday charts. So the solution and resolving of this riddle has come very fast as soon as the CPI numbers have been released on the United States. So you can see this collapse has happened. But we have to take a bit wider view on the current situation. Recall what we said in our weekly report. Our position currently is that inflation will become the cornerstone of the markets and its behavior and its volatility in the nearest time. Fed will be a bit more patient and they will wait for more clarity, and we suggest that they will wait through the first quarter because it will be the period of the holidays, the New Year, Christmas, and so on, new adoption of the budget, the asset relocation by the investors. So it's some kind of the preparation to financial year. It's usually this quarter. Let's Fed to wait and see what will happen. But markets are trading on expectations, and every inflation report will shake the markets very strong. So you can see what has happened. Once we've got strong inflation, immediately it has led to strength in the United States dollar because it increased chances of the faster action from the Fed. Rising on inflation will press on the Fed stronger, and market will expect some steps from the Fed. But based on this recent report, so actually PPI numbers was also not really bad. We suggest that we will still have another report till the December meeting of the Fed, and the December meeting currently is becoming very important because if we get the same numbers and increasing on inflation in December as well, everybody will expect the reaction from the Fed. So that's what about the current situation in the long term. So what we said in the report, now you can see in reality what is going on currently. How we should behave and what we could do in the current circumstances. Well, from the technical point of view, solution is very simple. So currently context no doubt stands bearish. Market will still plays with it numbers for a few days, probably, maybe even within a few weeks. So, and the nearest target of this actual price behavior of this person for us stands around 113. Because currently, is obviously, as on the dollar index, as on the euro currency, the weekly report, weekly conference support has been broken totally. Also recall what we have on the monthly chart. This is a reversal month in September, bearish reversal month, and we have also reversal week a couple of weeks ago on the weekly chart. So all this stuff we have discussed in the report. And it seems that this reversal month in September actually it starts to build an extension. So the nearest target will be 113, next weekly support area. On a daily chart, you can see that the market is not at oversold. Overall thrust down was strong. We do not have any significant support areas below the market. And after the minor pullback here, very probable that we should get some continuation, especially on the background in recent numbers. So that is what we could say on about the euro currency. Speaking with the more details, so if we take a look at the fall time frame chart, we have extension based on the bearish pattern. If you remember, we also have considered this pattern and we said it should get some extension. I recall what we talked about on a tough week when we have a few grabbers here, and so all of them were cancelled, and we said it's probably bearish background. So it's based on extension of this reversal session and really huge engulfing. So currently, minimum target has been completed. So take a look. This market stands at the OP. Additionally, we have a secondary OP if you build it with the A, B, C top. In this case, it will stand slightly below this one, so maybe around 1430, since some secondary OP, I would call it. So major OP has been reached. It's right here, 1462. The XOP, 1367. So that's in an area between 113, 113.67. This will be next destination point in euro currency. So currently, as market hits the OP, we could count on some minor pullback. Hardly it will be very significant. So we would like to get pullback to the 1550, but hardly we will get it because we have a strong sell-off with a close right on bottom, a tail close. And take a look, 1520 agrees with the previous lows. Market is not at oversold, market is not at support. That's why the pullback probably will be smaller. So I would consider probably the 1520. So that's what we have on the 4-hour time frame chart. On the bottom, we could consider different patterns since we have strong downside thrust. Here's you could consider, for example, double repo pattern or something, but this is for scalp traders. For our purposes, for trading on the daily chart and 4-hour time frame chart, we do nothing. We do not intend to buy euro currency. We are watching for a retracement, and approximately right now we're focused on the 1520, where theoretical downward continuation could start. It would be really great if we get some bread and butter in these areas. We can see fast upward action to create the bread and butter sell, but something tells me that hardly we will get it. Now a few words on what happened recently on our action here. So recall what we said, that we do not intend to buy euro currency, but for scalp purposes on intraday charts, you could consider taking the long positions here on some targets. First of all, take a look at 1560. OP has been reached. Butterfly here was, if you remember, discussed this level, and 50% support of this upward action. Market has shown a healthy bounce. For scalp trading, very good performance. Next ones will be XOP, the same story, nice pullback. So as you can see, they are not actually useful and not suitable for daily entries. So when you have the bearish context, but for the hourly and the 5-minute chart trading, it is possible. So I just would like to show you the scale. So if you are thinking about taking a long position and you see some intraday support area, but you have the bearish context on the daily, I'm just warning you about the scale of the performance. So that is reality. So what's the result you will get if you will try to go against a major trend on the daily when you're looking for and then you have some bullish context on the hourly chart? That's what you will get in the case of the successful trade. So very small. So that lets you to assess and understand whether it makes sense trying to catch these setups for trading or not. So what I would like to say, guys, if you haven't read our report, read it, because a lot of information about inflation, a lot of information, our view on the Fed policy, what they will intend to do, how they will perform, how market react to this inflation data, why it's so important currently. And actually, here we see, in reality, what we just theoretically discussed in the weekly report. Here on euro, let's wait for a pullback and see what will happen around the predefined level.